the interstate and someone swerves into your lane, no turn signal, and you have to brake suddenly to try to not hit their car. What are most of you thinking? Most of those things cannot be said in this room, yes? Yes, so you are angry probably, and you quickly go from being angry at the situation to angry at the person to accusing the person of being unintelligent, inconsiderate, many other words that you might use. Okay, so let's think about this. How does that happen in your brain? You have data. The data is that this car seemingly comes out of nowhere, no blinker, suddenly comes into your lane, and you know that you were forced to put your foot on the brake in a sudden manner that freaked you out and that you felt like they were endangering your life. That is data. And what happens is that we select certain data because you're seeing and hearing all kinds of things at the same time. So there may be other things in that situation that you sort of screened out that were also happening. What other data might you have noticed when that car was coming in? If you weren't so freaked out and you were trying to slam on your brakes.
Someone cut in front of him?
Yeah, you don't know what happened in front. Maybe you saw it, but you kind of weren't really focused on that because you were focused on not hitting the car in front of you. Usually you can't really see the driver, and you don't really know what's going on for the driver when they do that because you're seeing the brake lights. You don't see anything else. And you also might not see if there were other environmental factors, right? So let's just hypothetically say that this person was driving with the window down, and they are deathly allergic to bees. And at that very moment in time, a bee came flying in the open window, and they were trying to save your life and theirs by swerving out of the way to get the bee out of their window so that they did not suddenly go into anaphylactic shock and cause a 32-hour pilot. Highly unlikely, right? But possible. So one thing that you can do when you're trying to not get angry at every person you meet is you come up with an elaborate backstory that makes whatever they did no longer personally offensive to you. It doesn't have to be true. Because most of the time when you're coming up with the negative backstories, they're not true either. So you might as well get really inventive and think of some sort of positive situation, or at least not offensive situation, that could explain their behavior in a way that doesn't leave you personally affronted. It's a fun exercise to do when you're trying to challenge your brain. Just see someone do something that is clearly terrible, and you think, how can I explain that same data, that same behavior, in a way where I leave feeling okay, and I don't feel the need to go chase them down at the next off-ramp and scratch their car. Because that's a difficult way to go through the world, wanting to pull over on every off-ramp and scratch everybody's car. It's much more fun to try creative back.